And we have the Air Force's Flyers Club net every day that starts here on this frequency at top of the hour, just in a few minutes. I wonder if you would mind perhaps moving, or we can move the net. If I know you're very popular this morning, and you've been on there for a while, but it would really help us out. We probably have 25 veterans on here on our net. Over. Yeah, I would appreciate it very much. If you could move, we would, rather than try and move the net. We sure do appreciate it. Thank you. W5OG. I know, thank you.
Tango Bravo Zulu. Whiskey 9 Tango Bravo Zulu, you're right at the floor at about 4-1.
Thanks a lot, W5OG. We'll be starting the Air Force's Flyers Club net in about 4 minutes here at top of the hour.
Good morning, Dale. W5OG, W5ABI. Good signal.
Good morning, Joe. Yeah, you have a good signal also. W5ABI, W5OG.
Yeah, thanks for the report, Dale. W5ABI, standing by for net.
W5ABI, W4PUO, I've got you about 5 and 7, Joe.
Yeah, you're 5-9 here, over.
Oh, very good, thank you. This is Belleville, nice weather down here in south central Texas, over.
Yeah, Roger, we had a lot of wind here. I watched the OHEX beam survive all of it, so about 70-mile-an-hour gusts. So other than that, it's a beautiful day here, over.
You still got that thing about 20 feet off the ground, Joe?
Yeah, about 20 feet.
Well, that's a good height for the storm. I think you're operating really well. I'd leave it there, W4PUO.
Yeah, thank you for the advice there, Lee. Thanks for the report. W5ABI, standing by for net.
W5ABI, WA6LJS. Good morning, Joe. You're 5-9 this morning.
Yeah, I think it's one-way propagation. You're about 5-6, so I don't know, one-way propagation. Thanks for the report, over.
Roger, roger. This is WA6LJS, standing by for the Flyers net, top of the hour.
WA6LJS, W4PUO 57, and a very nice signal this morning, John. I think we got 2 ways, Joe.
Yeah, good morning, Lee. Yeah, you're a solid 5-9 in here, so very good copy, WA6LJS.
W4PUO standing by.
K4YDB standing by for the net. Looks like I'm making Utah number 4, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, you're about a 5'6" in San Diego.
Willie. Yeah, Roger, John. Good morning. I've got you a good S8 here on the listening loop. Good signal here.
Roger, Roger. Yeah, that one-way propagation, I guess. But anyway, coming in good locally. WA6LJS.
WA6LJS, W5OG. How you copying me this morning, John?
Well, you're about 5 over 9 right now locally. Over.
Okay, fine. Well, we'll get started here in just a matter of seconds.
Roger, Roger. WA6LJS standing by for the Flyers net, top of the hour.
Yeah, I hear you, Tom. Not real strong, but we'll get the net started, and we'll make sure you're on the list. K4YES. This is Whiskey 5 Oscar Golf. I'll be net control for the Air Force's Flyers Club net this morning. We might as well get it started. It is now 1500 Zulu. We meet on this frequency, and at this time daily. Members of our group are active duty, retired, and veterans of the military air forces from all branches. We include air crew, ground crew, air traffic controllers, support personnel, missileers, pretty much anyone involved with supporting the aviation mission from all of our armed forces. We also like to welcome visitors to join us on the net. Purpose of our group is to promote fellowship between those radio amateurs who devoted a portion of our lives to support the missions of our air forces. This is a control net. To contact net control, please use the words contact, relay, info, or check-in. We have a nice website. You can find out all about us. The address is airforcesflyersclub.org. I'll repeat that, Air Forces, plural, Flyers, plural, club.org. Having said all that, we do get our list off of NetLogger, and I have about 15 folks on here so far this morning. So if you would like to check in that way, you can go on and download NetLogger and look for AFFC, and you'll find us on there. And I believe that Leon at N5 Bravo Echo is doing the net logging, and John WA6LJS is backing him up. So thank you for that. We also do have an Echolink node. It's on AFFC under the conference tab of Echolink. And we'll back up the HF with Echolink. So far on the list this morning, I have the following stations. Let's see, I have Jeff, KI4 Foxtrot Sierra Zulu. It says no club info. I don't have I'm kind of hampered because I am operating remotely from South Dakota, even though the station is located in East Texas. But I think Jeff is a member, if I remember correctly. I'm not positive about that, but we'll get Jeff. We'll get you in here soon, Jeff. Top of the list, just to make sure. And I've got Lee in 5BE doing the net logging for me. Thank you again, Lee. And got John, WA6LJS. Next would be the operations officer, Carl, KF7GJO. Good morning to you, Carl. Hope you can hear me. I got the antenna going the other way. I still do have that very loud line noise at home, and I'm forced to turn the antenna out to the east. Pretty much leave it there because it's so noisy if I turn it to the west. Also heard Willie, KJ5BWB. Good morning to you, Willie. And Commander Bob, K1BOB. And Bob, if you would bring Don in if he shows up. So far, I do not see him on Echolink, but K0Z and see if you could bring him in. Bob, I would appreciate that. And I'll just assume it's so unless you tell me otherwise. And next on the list is Joe, W5ABI. And I've got Captain Bill, W2WLD. And the antenna is more toward Florida than it is toward you, Bill, but I'm sure I'll be able to hear you. I've got Mike, KQ6E. shows up as Thomas, but we know him as Mike, so I'll be able to make that hopefully with my weak age-impaired mind. Got Ray, WB2JJO, and Charlie, K4YDB. I guess Charlie is live streaming this morning. Hope so, and I think he has the question of the day on there. Pretty simple question. Whether you need to read it off of Charlie's live stream or not, you can write it down also. I've got Lee, W4PUO, who probably can't hear me. He's too close to the station there in East Texas. And he's down in Belleville, Texas, toward Houston. Let's see, Rod has joined us this morning from El Paso, Kilo Lima 1 Yankee. And let's see, I see James, KJ5B Papa Tango Echo, KG5 PTE. And Chris, KS5KY is receive only as he's working this morning. All right, are there any others that would like to check in? The names call signs I did not call out. If you're not on the list and you'd like to join us, call now, W5OG.
Kilo Bravo 0, Lima Tango Tango Mobile.
Okay, KB0LTT. Larry, good morning to you. That's Kilo Bravo 0, Lima Tango Tango. Lee, you can put him on the list. I'll try to get you early since you are mobile. One of our 18-wheelers, and along with Uncle Cliff, you make a very pleasant addition to our net there, Larry. Let's see, any other check-ins? Call now. Well, I hear somebody way down there, and I apologize. I can't pull you out of my noisy receiver. Anybody hearing that station that can relay?
K1BOB. W5ABI.
Oh, it's Justin. Okay, KB7 Lima Alpha Kilo. KB7LAK. Good morning, Justin. We'll get you on the list, and I do have the antenna the other way, and it would be difficult to copy you. Probably can hear you on the Utah SDR. I don't know. All right, let's go to John, WA6LJS. Put a call out from California, if you would, there, John, W5OG.
Wilco, this is WA6LJS relaying for net control for the Thursday morning Air Force Flyers Net. We're looking for check-ins, either members or visitors. Call now.
Good morning, John. Kilo Lima 1 Yankee. Can I get added to the short-time list, please? KL11.
Roger, good morning, Kilo Lima 1 Yankee. We'll move you up to the short timer. Thanks for checking in. Any other check-ins? Nothing heard, just Kilo Lima 1 Yankee, short timer, Dale.
Hello. Yeah, got you, John. Thank you for that. And Rod, KL1Y, wants to be a short timer, so if you'd move him up, Lee. And let's see, let's get Wild Bill, W2WLD, if you'd put out a call, Bill from New York, W5OG.
Welcome, this is W2WLD, upstate New York. Relaying for net control for the Air Force's Flyers Club. We're taking check-ins, members or guests. Please call now. No, it's all quiet, Dale.
Okay, mighty fine, Bill, thank you, and I guess we've got a full list then. Any of those that we have on the list that would like to be a short timer? In addition to, we've got KL1Y. Anybody else need to be a short timer? Call now, W5OG. Okay. Who is that? Who's the fours calling? Call again? Okay, Kilo Quebec 4 Hotel Whiskey Yankee. You're on the Air Force's Flyers Club net. Do you want to join us this morning, or are you just needing a signal report? Over. Well, unfortunately, I did not hear all that, but we've got you on the list. I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and get the question here, and we'll get started with the net, and then I'll get you at the top of the list here to see if we can pull you in for the net. Let me see if I can pull this up here just a second. Question of the day for today has to do with helicopters, since that is kind of my experience. I flew helicopters for 4 years in the Air Force, and here we go. All right, question, and we talked about this before, so those that have been on the net have a definite advantage over you newcomers, but here's the question. Which one of the following helicopters has a bilge pump and an anchor light as standard equipment? The aircraft actually comes with a bilge pump and an anchor light as standard equipment. Which one of these helicopters has a bilge pump? And there's only one. I'll just make that claim right now. You know, I got thinking about this last night. Lee is probably going to tell me that I'm not correct. One of the others has it also, but to my knowledge, and everything I can find on the internet, there's only one helicopter that actually comes with a bilge pump and an anchor light. All right, is it A, the Command HH-43 Husky? The Command HH-43 Husky, or B, the Sikorsky HH-3 Jolly Green Giant, or Charlie, the Sikorsky HH-53 Super Jolly Green Giant? And answer D is the Boeing CH-47 Chinook. The Boeing CH-47 Chinook. That's the question. Anybody need a repeat on that? Call now. Who's the contact? Go ahead. You know, you're right at my noise, both on the SDR and at home. Anybody can relay that station? Well, try it again. I'll turn up the volume on the SDR. Try it one more time there, over. Boy, I'm having a difficult time with you. Can you repeat your call sign? Just give me your call sign again, over. Yeah, Whiskey 4 Alpha Lima Charlie. Give me your name and QTH, over. All right. Well, I did get you that time, Michael. You're about a 4x4 with me in East Texas, on my station in East Texas there. But we're a little close if you're in Maryville, Tennessee. Whiskey 4 Alpha Lima Charlie. Do I have that correct, Michael? Over. Okay, Michael. Well, are you going to stick with us for the net? You're on the Air Force's Flyers Club net, Michael. You have anything for the net this morning? Over. All right, Michael, mighty fine. WW4 ALC, break with you, and let's go to the top of the list this morning. I know Rod needs to be a short timer, so we'll get you, Rod. Kilo Lima 1 Yankee. Hope you're hearing me, but you're up, Rod. Good morning, W5OG.
Good morning, Bill. And Florence, Doug, you got a good signal here that Papa this morning. You got your advance plus. Papa was in the Green Bay. Well, I go with answer believe it's K4YDB Chinook. I'm not too sure about that. Didn't get a chance really to look it up to read into it, but that's what we're going to go with. Answer Delta this morning. Back to the other frequency, 53, number 1 as well. Kilo Lima 1 Yankee. Like the W5OG making sure.
Okay, Rod, mighty fine. Did you say answer Delta, the Chinook?
Roger, Roger.
Okay, we got you down for answer Delta. And we'll move along. Have a good day, Rod, and thanks for joining us whenever you can. Let's go to Larry in the Mobile. KB0 Lima Tango Tango. Where are you motoring today there, Larry? W5OG, you're up.
Yeah, good morning, Dale. W5OG and the Air Force's Flyers Net. I am at Rothsay, Minnesota, but let's just make it easy and say about 40 miles east of Fargo, North Dakota, on Interstate 94. I am en route to Miles City, Montana, with a K4YDB tractor on for a job site out there. The tractor they've got broke down, so the dealership is sending me out with a new one and bringing the broken one back. Hopefully it'll run good enough to get loaded up. Currently here at
Frequencies in use.
Frequency is in use. There's a net in progress. Thank you.
Goes for a high of 86. And Barnesville, Minnesota, might as well, like I said, say just east of Fargo, about 40 miles. I wasn't quite able to hear all the questions real good, Dale, but I'm going to go with C. I think it was the Super Sikorsky. I'm just going to take a stab at it and go with C. Maybe just because it sounded good. With that, back over to you, and hope everybody's having a pleasant morning. W5OG and the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. This is Kilo Bravo 0, Lima Tango Tango Mobile in Minnesota.
Okay, Larry, you always have a good signal. You're 5'9" on the SDR this morning, so you're doing a mighty fine job. And yeah, sorry you weren't able to hear all the questions. I did have the antenna not toward you at all, so you probably could have picked me up maybe on the SDR. But I noticed I'm only about an S7 on the even the Utah number 4, so I don't know. Of course, I got the antenna the other way. Normally I'm an S9 here, but maybe I'll have to turn the antenna to the west and just turn the volume down on the receiver. I don't know. All right, we got your answer as Charlie there, Larry, and glad to have you with us. Let's move along to Tom, K4YES in Alabama there. Good morning, Tom. You're up, W5OG. Okay, Tom. Mighty fine. Well, sorry about your problems with your RV there. That is not good at all. That can really cause some problems there. Probably wiped out all your low voltage lighting system. I don't know. But yeah, I've not heard of things like that happening, but I guess that anything is possible in the RV world. I know that very well. So anyway, glad that you're doing okay, Tom, and good to hear from you this morning. All right, let's move along to, let's see, this is Jeff, yeah, KI4 Foxtrot Sierra Zulu. Hope I can hear you there, Jeff, from St. Petersburg. And you'll have to correct me, are you not a member, Jeff? Go ahead, W5OG. KI4FSZ, are you there, Jeff?
KI4FSZ, you're up, Jeff. Nothing heard here, Dale, WA6LJS.
Okay, John, am I wrong? Is he not a member? John, do you have the roster there?
Yeah, I looked him up on the roster and I can't find him. So if he's a member, my roster is out of date, but I don't think so. I don't think he's an official member.
Okay, well, I know he's checked in with us before, so all right, mighty fine, John. Thank you for that. Well, we'll leave him on the list as report him as non-responding, and we'll come back to him maybe on the 73 round. He may have had to step away for a phone call or something. All right, let's see. We got W8AAS who's already checked out, and next would be N5BE Leon. Good morning, Lee. Thanks for helping with the net logger this morning. W5OG, you're up.
W5OG N5BE. Good morning, Dale, and thank you, John, for backing me up. I got dyslexia this morning, so I need it. Boy, a helicopter question. Well done, Dale. This is one I don't know. The 43. That was interesting because I thought that was for airbase rescue, you know. But I saw a video on YouTube where they were flying those out of Thailand and going into Laos and picking up pilots. So I didn't know that they had that mission, but there's some brave dudes there. I'm gonna go with Bravo. Wasn't that the aircraft you flew, Dale? I'm just gonna go with Bravo. I don't know what the answer is. I don't think it's a Chinook. I don't think it's a 43. So I think it's down to the H3 or the 53, but I'm going to go with the H3. So that's my answer. I'm going with I think that was Bravo. So that's what I'm going to put down, Dale. Thanks again, and well, I'm having a tough time here in some stations, but we're getting there. W5OG N5BE.
Okay, Lee, mighty fine. Good comments. Yes, they did fly the HH-43 up into Laos and over on the trail there, and they actually recovered and rescued some survivors. And that preceded the H-3, the arrival of the H-3 in country in Vietnam. And yes, I did fly the H-3. But anyway, and those were some brave guys in the HH-43. And I meant to ask a second question about the H-43 since you brought it up there, Lee. What is its other name? And most of you would have gotten that, I think. It is Pedro. You know, not only was it the HH-43 Husky, that was its official name, but the unofficial nickname was Pedro, so mighty good. Okay, let's move along. Let's go to John, WA6LJS. Good morning, John. Thanks for the help. You're up, W5OG.
Okay, thank you, Dale. W5OG, WA6LJS. Good morning to the net. Well, so far conditions are pretty good. Only one I had a little trouble hearing was Tom, and I think Lee had trouble also because we didn't get his answer on Ned Logger. So other than that, it's let's see, it's 70 degrees here already this early in the morning. Only 8:25 in the morning, and we've got some marine front over on the coast there, but up by me we have pretty blue skies, so that means we're going to have another hot day today. They're predicting the heat wave is going to last until probably tomorrow, and then we should have some cooling going on. But it's been rough. We had to use the air conditioner all the time here the last few days. Okay, answer to the question. I'm going to go with B Bravo. I think you said that's the one you flew, and I figure you'd be the most familiar with it, so we'll put me down for B Bravo. Other than that, I'll be here to the bottom, and I'm coming down with a cold, I think. I'm getting kind of hoarse here. Over to you, Dale, W5OG, WA6LJS.
Okay, John, got you Bravo answer there also. And sorry about getting a cold. I hope it's not going to be a problem. Summer colds can sometimes be an aggravation for sure. And the heat wave, yes, it's been, 115 in Las Vegas for the last 5 days or something. I don't know. It's been pretty warm out there in the west. Let's move along to Carl. We'll see how warm it is there in Reno. KF7GJO, you're up, Carl, W5OG.
Roger. Dale, good morning, everybody. KF7GJO here. Out here in the Wild West, we are back to setting new daily high temperature records. We're going for a tepid 106 today and tomorrow. And I think they're going to sneak in another 107 on us Saturday, although that has been interesting question. You must have stayed up late at night to think this one up, Dale. Oh, boy. Which helicopter is designed to land in the water? Well, it can't be the H-43. Heck, they didn't even put a tail rotor on that thing. The Jolly Green, boy, that's a close one. And I don't know the difference between the Jolly Green and the Super Jolly, which leaves answer number D, the Chinook. I could tell a couple of interesting stories about that helicopter. I was flying one from the lot over to Cameron Bay, and we had just cleared the mountain ranges when they got ship detector lights, made an auto rotation from 7,000 feet to land on the valley floor, and sent out another Chinook to bring us all, load us up, and bring us back in. We were actually headed for Don Vicente. Anyway, I've seen photographs of Chinooks landed in the water that I'm not sure is either SEALs or special forces that were doing water off with it. So knowing that you can land the Chinook in water, I got to go with answer number D this morning. And you'll probably blow me out of the water with something about the Super Jolly, but hey, that's what makes it fun. And started off kind of weak, but you're getting better as time goes on, Dale. So I'll be here to the end. Looking forward to seeing what I did. W5OG, this KF7G Dale.
Yeah, okay, fine, Carl. Got your answer as D Delta there. That's what Lee put down. And do appreciate all your comments and all your experiences as well. Very interesting. Yeah, you know, with a helicopter, when you lose an engine or the the tail rotor or something where you're forced to do a auto rotation, you look down between your legs and you're the first one to see the crash site. All right, let's go to Willie, KJ5BWB. Willie, you're up. Good morning, W5OG.
Morning, Dale. I heard a check-in.
Who's the check-in? I don't hear anything. Willie, go ahead.
Someone did say check-in, but I guess they're a little gun-shy. No big deal. Morning, everybody. K4YDB. Thanks for running the net, Dale. And thanks, Lee, for logging. It's a bit of a chore sometimes. And this is a fun question, and I'll answer it, but I have two fun little things real quick. I did invite someone to come join our net. So last night, I think I was on 20 meters, and I made contact and had some good rag chew. It was November 4 Foxtrot Papa. So I went to log him and his QRZ page. He's a F-106. He was a fighter pilot, retired lieutenant colonel, and from Ocala, Florida. So naturally, being in Florida, I had a great signal on him. But I invited him to check in, and so we'll see if he ever does. But it was a great contact and a good QSO with Wayne, I think his name was. But and also today, on this day last year, I received an email from the FCC that contained my amateur radio call sign. So I took my test on the 8th of July last year. 3 days later, got my call, and now y'all get to put up with me. So I guess today y'all can put up with my answer being Delta. I really don't know, but I was looking it up. I did see the Chinook can carry large water tanks, so I don't see why there wouldn't be a pump there to fill and unload. So anyways, put me down for Delta if you don't mind, Lee, and I'll send it back to you. W5OG, KJ5BWB will be here for the 7-3 round.
All right, Willie, mighty fine. Well, congratulations on your 1-year anniversary as a ham. You've done amazing things there, Willie, in your first year, including learning CW, even though it's not a requirement, and being very proficient in CW. I don't know if you're going after some of those proficiency awards, and as you're building up your speed, that's an interesting way to record your progress for sure. All right, let's go to the commander this morning. Good morning there, boss. K4YDB, you're up. W5OG.
Well, good morning, Dale, and all the flyers in the net this morning. Got pretty warm here yesterday for us, close to 100, and it was over 100 down in Boise. We're about 7 degrees difference all year. Well, good question. I don't know. We had an HH-43 at the, I think it's still there, at the Hill Air Force Museum with the dual rotors. I do not think that was an amphibian of any sort, rescue helicopter though. The Sikorsky there, HH-3, that may be it. I'm stuck between B and C. I think the Coast Guard, and we had a Coast Guard base. I've been near them a few times in my career. I think they had HH-3s, painted white Coast Guard markings for search and rescue. I do believe that aircraft is capable of landing on the water. I think maybe the Super Jolly Green Giant may have had a version. I don't think the Chinook did. I'm pretty sure on that, although that's still one of the fastest helicopters, I believe, and had a lot of updates through the years. I don't know. I think Leon's being a sleeper on this. He probably knows. So I'm going to change my answer from Charlie to Bravo. This may be a mistake. Or I'll just say Bravo and Charlie. I'm not sure. They had so many versions of these things. They named them slightly differently, and I don't know. So put me down for Bravo, Dale, please. So thank you for running the net from your remote location. I know it's not quite as easy, but I'm hearing most everybody is there except for that hard one you had there. I cannot get him in. I could not get his call sign no matter how hard we tried to listen with this flex. K1BOB, back to you, Dale. Thank you very much for running the net.
And Lee, thank you for doing the net logger, sir. And Charlie, of course, for doing the YouTube. And everybody else for tuning in. K4YDB, back to W5OG.
Check in.
Okay, Bob, mighty fine. I did hear a check-in. Who was the check-in? Go ahead. Yeah, was there a check-in? Who's the check-in? Call now. Well, I know I heard a check-in. I think I could have sworn that it was Chief Mike's voice, but maybe not. Well, we'll move along. Well, Chief, if you're there, we'll get you here just shortly. W5ABI, Joe, with a good signal from Las Cruces. Good morning, Joe. Again, you're up, W5OG.
Yeah, W5OG and the Flyers, W5ABI. Good morning, Dale. Good morning to all the Flyers. Thanks for running the net. You got a good signal here this morning. Beautiful morning in Las Cruces. About 89, supposed to go up to 98. So it's cooling down, typical summer weather here. Anyhow, let me see. What do I got going on? Not much. Let me see. Okay, on my answer, I'm going to go with Bravo. Chase 3. I saw a lot of Chinooks and Hueys and non, so every time a Chinook flies over here, boy, I can tell when they're 30 miles out what's coming in. Anyhow, we'll be here in the bottom. Thanks for running the net. W5OG, W5ABI.
Okay. All right, Joe, mighty fine. Yeah, I know you would be. Well, let's see, you were ex-Navy though, so but yeah, if you had a Vietnam tour at all, you saw a lot of Hueys, that's for sure, and maybe a few Chinooks thrown in there as well. They were pretty popular with the Army. All right, let's go to Bill, W2WLD. Good morning, Bill. You're up, W5OG.
Good morning, Dale, and good morning, all Flyers. Propagation is good here today. I'm picking up guys stronger than I have in the last week. And we had our remnants of barrel hit last night here locally, and we got quite a bit of rain, and that wasn't damaging rain, and we really needed it, so it was a positive for us. I'm taking the XYL here shortly on a drive up into the Adirondacks. There's a restaurant that she found she wants to try out, so we'll probably have a late lunch or an early dinner up in the Adirondacks. Beautiful country around here. We feel blessed. As far as the question, I'm going to make 3 assumptions which will guarantee I get the wrong answer. I do think that the Bills and the anchor light are in one of the Jolly Greens, if not both. And I can't imagine that it would be in the Jolly Green and not in the Super Jolly Green. So for that reason, I would say if they added it, then it probably is in the Super Jolly Green. So that would be Charlie. So now you know how I arrive at the wrong answer, Dale. I'm going to make this one and done. I have to get ready for our little drive. But thank you for running the net. And interesting question. I'm not a hero guy, as you know. But I thank you, Dale, and everybody have a great day. 73. W5OG, W2WLD.
Okay, Bill, mighty fine. You're probably going to take that little MG. Are you using the MG for this drive to the Adirondacks there, Bill, over?
No, too hot and humid for a top down.
Okay. Oh, boy, I know that is beautiful country. Of course, I was stationed, my first duty assignment was at Stewart, New York, up around West Point there. Not too far south of you, there near Albany. We liked New York, by the way. It was a nice place to visit. I wouldn't want to live there, but kind of like California. I wouldn't want to live there either. Anyway, 7-3, Bill, have a great day. Got your answers, Charlie. Let's move along to Mike. Kilo Quebec 6 Echo. You're up, Mike. Good morning, W5OG.
we've been in triple digits. We're due at 109 today, and it's been hot. I was down in the Phoenix, and it was 115 yesterday. So pretty hot. My wife ended up in the hospital. She's had a couple of problems, so we've been dealing with that for the last few days. They let her out yesterday. She's back home and functioning okay. So that's a real weight off our minds, and hopefully things will continue to improve. She had some issues with her blood pressure and stuff, so it seems like it may have been a medication issue. So hopefully we're back in the normal swing of things. So, but it's been pretty brutal weather-wise here. I've got a couple of projects I want to do outside, but I'm not about to do them in 110-degree weather. So be that as it may. But good to hear everybody this morning. The conditions are kind of up and down, so copying most everybody off the SDI. So on the question, interesting stuff. When I got out of the airport in '72, I ended up moving in with a couple of Coast Guard pilots in San Francisco. They were flying out of SFO, and they were flying the what you call it, the HH-3 out of there, and I'm pretty sure those things floated. So I'm going to go with Bravo on the thing, because like I say, my roommates, they were out, over the Pacific and in the Bay and all kinds of stuff, and I was pretty sure those floated. And so if they did, they probably had the bilge pumps and all that good stuff. So that's going to be my answer, and we'll see if I'm right or not. But so back to you, Bill, and the rest of the group. And then it's going to be back on the air. So W5OG in the group, K4YDB.
Okay, Mike, mighty fine. Very interesting comments. And sorry about your wife. Glad that she's out of the hospital and back. Boy, between you and your cohort there, John, W7AJN, one would almost think that maybe we shouldn't retire in Phoenix. I don't know. But I do hope that she gets better and continues to improve and stays out of the hospital there for sure. All right, let's go to Ray, WB2JJO. Good morning, Ray. You're up, W5OG.
W5OG from WB2JJO. Well, good morning to you, Bill, and all the flyers on the net. And I've seen where some people use that machine for they do forest logging with that thing. Very expensive to do, but they do it. Let's see. As far as the other I'm going to say it's got to be, in my opinion, it's got to be the Chinook. I watched the Chinook rain on water. For firefighting. They just got that big old hose down and, whatever
Okay, Ray. Oh, mighty fine. Very good. Very interesting there. Well, we'll talk about it here just shortly, and we got your answer down as Delta. Let's go to Charlie, K4YDB. Good morning, Charlie. Thanks for the help with the live stream and all. W5OG, you're up.
W5OG K4YDB. Well, I tell you what, Dale, your signal's been holding up quite nicely here lately since you got noise on the other side. But I know you want to move it. So anyway, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good morning. Right now it's about 84 degrees here already, 56% humidity outside. This morning when I got up, it was 74, but the humidity was up like 85%. I mean, I could look like somebody had watered my lawn is what it looked like this morning. It was so wet outside. But I do need to see if I can get some grass cut this afternoon. Done sold my tractor, I think. I won't know for another hour or so, but I think I sold my big tractor since I won't have a need for it anymore. It just sits around. I haven't used it actually in 2 years. So now I got to get it. It's in the shop being serviced and everything ready to go for it. But as far as the question goes, well, everybody else is going with Bravo and Charlie. I'm going with Delta. Reason why is because I have seen that Chinook sitting in water in a video off of YouTube here. It's kind of interesting. They were throwing guys out the back and they were putting their little rib things inside and having a jolly good time with it. But put me down for Delta. W5OG K4YDB. I'm back to net.
Okay. All righty, Charlie, you got your answer as Delta also there. And again, thanks for doing the live stream and all. You got a monster signal, and when I turn the antenna to the east, you really do come in good. And normally, sometimes I can hear Jack, and I can't hear you if the skip is just right. Anyway, mighty fine, Charlie. Let's move along to Lee, W4PUO. He may not be hearing me, so if you bring him in, John, I would appreciate that. Go ahead, W5OG.
W4PUO, you're up, Lee. WA6LJS relay.
WA6LJS relay W4PUO. Thank you, John. Sorry, again, Dale not copying. I did not copy the question, so I'll pass on that. I'm tempted to put Delta because I believe Charlie knows what he's talking about for sure. And so if you want to put me down without really knowing that I heard the question, you can put me down for Delta. We've got a real nice day here in Belleville. Looks like the temperature's going to stay kind of moderate today, maybe in the mid-90s, but nothing that we can't deal with. And the sun is shining, and I got to get to town here in a little bit and buy some parts. I'm putting together a fence that got broke, so I got a little hardware issue. Other than that, pretty nice to be on the net and hear everybody, most everybody. Thanks, Dale. One and done here. 73s to everybody. And back to you, John. WA6LJS, W4PUO.
Okay, Lee, real good. W4PUO, WA6LJS. You're about an S8 locally and about an S9 on a couple of the SDRs. So, did you hear him on the SDRs, Dale? Over.
Yeah, John sure did. He's a S9 there on the Utah number 4. So no, I always hear Lee very well on the SDR. Of course, not locally, and he doesn't use the SDR, so he can't hear me and didn't hear the question real well. But he did select Delta. So, all right, let's move along to James, and I'll get you on the SDR as well there, James. Good morning to you. KG5PTE, W5OG. Well, maybe he's not on the SDR. John, would you give him a call?
KG5PTE, James, you're up. WA6LJS. KG5PTE, are you there?
Yeah, he may have had to step away, John. We'll put him down as not responding, and move along. Let's go to Justin, KB7LAK. I probably should have moved you up, Justin. I don't know if you're working today or not, but anyway, go ahead and take your turn. W5OG. All right, solid copy there, Justin, and very interesting. I didn't realize you were mobile. We would have moved you up had I known that. Unfortunately, I missed it. So anyway, good signal there north of San Bernardino. That's part of my old stomping grounds also. I was assigned there at Norton Air Force Base in San Bernardino for a while. All right, let's move along. Chris is receive only. Good morning again, Chris, to you. Let's see if I was right in hearing Chief Mike. I don't know, Mike, if you're there or not. WW5ENZ, if you're there, go ahead. Mike, you're up. W5OG.
WW5ENC, Mike, you're up. WA6LJS.
Well, perhaps it was not Mike, but somebody else. It sounded sort of like Mike, or maybe he got called away or something. Perhaps he's busy this morning. All right, that's the bottom of the list, unless I missed anybody. Did I miss anybody? Initial trip through the list there? Call now.
Recheck.
Was there a recheck? Go ahead.
Yeah, Kilo Golf 5, Papa Tango Echo. Helps when you have the antenna switch in the right position. Dale put me down for Delta, the Chinook. See them things fly over all the time from Fort Cavasso, so I'm going to go with Chinook for Delta D. And sorry about that little issue there. I had it on the wrong position. I had the antenna on the flex instead of on the A-tube. So I should be transmitting now. Back to net, KG5PT.
Yeah, okay, James, I did hear you on the SDR. Not real strong, but was able to pull you through on the Utah number 4 there. All right, I see that Brian has joined us, my younger brother there. Good morning, Brian. All the best to you. Go ahead, WB5DRI, your turn, W5OG.
Okay, Dale, real fine. W5OG, WB5DRI. Down here in San Antonio. Good morning, Dale, and love to you and Carolyn there, and good morning to all the flyers and to the net. Nice day down here in San Antonio, beautiful day. And I think our low was about 75, and we're going to be only up to about 95 for the high today. So very nice Chamber of Commerce summer day for San Antonio. But anyway, good to be back on here. I just got back from taking one of my grandsons to a doctor's appointment for my son and my daughter-in-law. So that went off very well, and he's all okay and everything. So it was a good appointment for him, and was happy to be able to help out Brett, who's over in the UK on business this week. Anyway, I didn't hear the question, so I'll just pass on the question there, Dale. But just wanted to get in here and say good morning to everybody, and everybody have a great day out there. So thanks for getting me in there, Dale. Back to you, W5OG and the net, WV5DRI. Good morning, everybody.
Okay, fine, Brian. Good signal in the SDR course, as you always do. And mighty fine on everything. Glad you could join us, and love you and Susie there as well. Hope she's doing well. All right, well, that's the bottom of the list. Let me get the answer to the ever-exciting question this morning. And, of course, the question had to do with the helicopters, that some of which I'm familiar with, and others I'll plead ignorance. But I'll have to say that I did not know that the Chinook ever landed on water, but I will stand corrected if that's correct. I don't believe that that's part of its standard equipment, but I could be wrong on that. I don't know. But the question was, having to do with standard equipment, which one of the following helicopters has a bilge pump and an anchor light as standard equipment? And the answers were A, the Command HH-43 Husky, also known as the Pedro. And, of course, it was used for local base rescue, and as Lee mentioned, in the early days of the Vietnam War, they actually used those to venture off up into the jungles of Laos and over the trail there to rescue downed airmen. And they actually had to, they cached the fuel in barrels. And the HH-43 would have to land along the way and refuel. And they had to hand pump that fuel into the helicopter and then continue on. And they actually did make some rescues that way, if you can imagine. Anyway, the HH-43 was not the correct one. You know, that airplane, you can't, certain versions of it, they couldn't even fly in the rain. Because it had wooden blades. It's a very interesting helicopter. Of course, used primarily for local base rescue. And they were on alert at many fighter bases, and they had this pod that they would carry below the helicopter, and it had just a minute, stand by. It had the foam in there that they could fight the fires with, and they would be generally on the spot in case of an accident, and could immediately cover the crash with that foam, and it really did save a lot of lives. All right, next would be the Sikorsky HH-3, the helicopter that I flew, and yes, it was actually amphibious. It was listed as an amphibious aircraft. To my knowledge, the only one of that group, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Perhaps the Chinook also was. But the HH-3 did have a bilge pump and an anchor light because it was amphibious. And I do know that very well because I was, as a young captain, and low on the totem pole, but I was aircraft commander qualified in the aircraft, and one of my additional duties was as a functional check flight pilot. I had to do I had the duty of going to Bangkok. We had our the depot level maintenance was done by a contractor in Bangkok, and they would take helicopters over there for that depot level maintenance, and Mike, Chief Mike, can tell you all about what that consists of. But it's basically they take it right down to the frame and then rebuild the aircraft. But I would fly the acceptance flights, and I remember landing in the Klong in Bangkok there to check the seaworthiness of the HH-3, and we also had to make sure that the bilge pump was working. So it definitely was it was a correct answer anyway. I don't know if it was the only one now that folks have corrected me about the Chinook. Also the HH-53, I did fly the H-53 before I finished up my tour in Vietnam. And when I came back as an instructor, they put me back in the H-3, and I taught at the Air Force Schoolhouse for 3 years in the H-3 because I had much more time in the H-3 than I did the 53. Anyway, I didn't mind that. That was, I did whatever they told me. I'll leave it at that. So the answer was answer Bravo, and I do appreciate all the participation and your patience with me there. All right, let's go ahead and start the 73 round. I tell you what, let me put out a last call. Last call for check-ins for the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. Members or guests, call now, W5OG. Well, I don't hear anybody either locally or on the, let's see, I've got some, hold on a second. I don't know what that is. All right, I'm getting a phone call there. I can just cancel that right out. Let's go ahead and start for our 73 round. I know Rod has had to leave, so I don't think he's there. Let's go to Larry in our Mobile. See if he's still there with us. KB0 Lima Tango Tango Mobile. Larry, 73 round, W5OG. I don't hear Larry. Was there a check-in? Well, I'm not hearing that station. Can anybody relay that station that checked in there over? A Kilo Bravo, and that is all I got out of that, and I apologize, but I'm not able to pull you through. Tell you what, stick around and we'll try again at the bottom. I'll call for check-ins at the bottom of the list, and we'll try it again there. Do appreciate your trying, and I apologize that I'm not able to pull you through. All right, let's move along. Let's go to in 73 to you, Larry. If you're still listening, I don't know if you're able to, maybe you're out of range or something there in the Mobile. Let's go to Tom, K4YES, 73 round, Tom, W5OG. Well, my foot switch moved out of the way there. I couldn't find it. All right, Tom, mighty fine, 7-3 to you. Good signal, and I'm not having any trouble copying you still. All right, let's go to Lee. Thanks for the help today, Lee, with everything. You might comment about the, if you have personal knowledge of the Chinook and it being amphibious there. If so, I apologize and was not aware of it. N5 Bravo Echo, you're up, W5OG.
W5OG N5BE. I don't have any real experience on the Chinook. I did work on them a little bit. Frankly, they were too complicated, which scared the heck out of me. And they always seemed to operate with a red mist underneath the transmission that was a cloud of hydraulic fluid. But it is the fastest helicopter that the Army has, at least until the V-280 comes online. So we get Chinook here quite a bit. Texas National Guard does a lot of training of foreign air forces with that Chinook in the DFW area, and they do a lot of IFR work. I follow roads. So I'm sure we're all familiar with real IFR. So Carl tickled me with a chip detector story. I'm going to give a chip detector story tomorrow. I'm at control tomorrow, filling in for Mike. So I'll pass on my question, and you're going to enjoy that one. But I'll tell a chip detector story. A little funny, a little scary. W5OG N5BE.
Okay. All right, Lee, mighty fine. Thank you again for your help today and everything. And I just got an email from Carl with a picture of a Chinook sitting in the water. He says it carried a sea anchor, and with the bottom plug installed, it could float for 30 minutes. I'm laughing because, sure as I've come up with these questions, somebody says, no, you're not right. This is, this the other way. I was not aware of that. I know the Chinook is a very versatile aircraft, and that's very interesting. You didn't say anything about whether they had a bilge pump or not. The H3 definitely had a bilge pump, because that was one of the things we had to check on the aircraft there. All right, let's move along. Let's go to John, WA6LJS. Thanks again, John, for the help today. You're up, W5OG.
Okay, thanks, Dale. W5OG, WA6LJS. Well, I just wild guessed, but it turned out it was right. I figured, being that you flew that aircraft, you might have used it for the question, and I guess I was right. But other than that, I wouldn't have known it. So very good. You're doing pretty good here. You're bouncing between an 8 and a 9. And the only one that I'm having trouble hearing, even on the SDR, is Tom, K4YES. For some reason, he's skipping right over me locally. And then I thought I heard him on the SDR on Georgia. But there was some guy that came up about a KC and a half higher that just wiped out Georgia for me. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, it's still partially cloudy, and we're going to have a hot one today. So thanks for running things, and thanks, Lee, for doing the net logger. It's working out good for you. Back to you, Dale, W5OG, WA6LJS.
Okay, fine, John, and again, thank you for your help today. All right, Carl, yeah, very interesting. Thank you for the nice picture of the Chinook setting on the water. And, I take it that the reason that they did not pursue the amphibious nature of those helicopters is because they can't really tolerate much of a sea state. I recall that the limits were listed in the pilot's handbook there, the operator's manual, and there were certain sea states that you couldn't land, and you had to be very careful about ever stopping shutting down the rotors. You did not want to do that because the helicopter had a tendency to roll over and become very stable inverted. So anyway, and I expect that might be the same with the Chinook. I don't know, but anyway, that's very interesting. I know that your primary method of getting a survivor, I actually had a sea rescue while I was in Vietnam. In fact, that helicopter is in the Air Force Museum, same one I used to pick up that guy out of the water. And we, between the other alert helicopter and my helicopter, we got two pilots, both of them that had punched out of an F4, right over the top of us, as it turns out. Maybe an interesting story for another day. I don't know. All right, let's move along. Carl, go ahead. KF7GJO, you're up. Thank you for the picture this morning, Carl. W5OG.
What Lee said, the Chinook had, I believe, 5 gearboxes in it, and unlike conventional helicopters that you could land with the tail rotor shot off of it, I really wouldn't want to try and fly a Chinook with any of those 5 gearboxes disconnected. Okay, hey, that was a great question, a good net today. 73s, everybody. We'll try this again tomorrow. W5OG, KF7.
Okay, Carl, mighty fine. All right, let's keep it moving here. KJ5BWB, Willie, go ahead. You're up for the 72 round. Willie, W5OG.
Oh, well, shucks, I missed this one, y'all. Oh, well. W5OG, KJ5BWB. That was a good question, and I always get to learn. So, Yeah, 7-3, see y'all. We'll holler at y'all next time. KJ5BWB, back to net control.
Okay, fine, Willie. And again, congratulations on your first anniversary as a ham there. All right, Bob, K1BOB, 7-3 round, Bob, W5OG.
K1BOB, thank you, Dale, for a good net and fun question there. And thanks to the others, thanks Lee, and thanks Charlie. And enjoyed it. And we'll see you later. I think it's just you and me on Echolink right now. I'll see if anyone else comes in and watch that for a bit. Other than that, 73 to all the Flyers. Dale, thanks again. K1BOB, back to W5OG.
Okay, Bob, mighty fine. And we'll see you on Echolink there. All right, Joe, W5ABI, 7-3 round, Joe, W5OG.
W5ABI. Good question. I got it right. Thanks for running the net. And 73 is all the Flyers. W5OG, W5ABI.
All right, fine, Joe. Good signal this morning. As normal, you put out a pretty good signal with your new text beam there. Well, Bill is probably out driving to the restaurant there in the Adirondacks, so we'll move along. Let's go to Mike, KQ6E, 7-3 round, Mike, W5OG.
I was looking for one of the photographs I shot of him. Actually retrieving a body off the cliff over on the coast near Hathaway Bay, and but I can't find it. It's around here somewhere. But yeah, guys, they were all over the place. They were out of SMO at the Coast Guard station there, and I'm pretty sure they well, I know they did. Anyway, great session today. It's good to be back on the air. Good to hear everybody, and we'll hope that the temperature goes down a little bit around here. I've got a bunch of honeydews I need to do outside, but there's just no way to go out when it's 107, 108 to do the stuff. So just kind of keeping my head down, and now that my wife's back from the hospital, we can hopefully get back into the thing. So anyway, good to hear everybody. We'll try to check in again tomorrow, and see how it goes. W5OG in the group, KQ6E.
Okay, fine, Mike, 7-3 to you, and have a great day. Hope your wife, as I said, continues to improve. Let's go to Ray. Well, let's see. I got him checked off. I don't know. Let me see if he's there. WB2JJO. Ray, are you still there for the 73 round? You're up, W5OG. All right, Ray, 7-3 to you. Good comments there. Charlie, K4YDB, 7-3, Charlie, W5OG.
W5OG, K4YDB. Well, Dale, good net today. It was a fun question, that's for sure. Anyway, 73s, everybody. Everybody have a great day. I will be here tomorrow. We'll see you then. It's K4YDB back to net.
Okay, Charlie, mighty fine. Again, thanks for the live stream there for sure. W4PUO, Lee, go ahead and see if he's still there, John, WA6LJS, W5OG.
W4PUO, Lee, you're up to the 73 round, WA6LJS. W4PUO. Now, he must have left, Dale, because he was pretty strong here.
Yeah, I would hear him on the SDR there. All right, thank you, John. Let's go to James, KG5PTE. James, 7-3 round, W5OG.
W5OG in the group, KG5PT, 7-3's everybody. I'll catch y'all on Echolink. I'm going to be doing a little computer work today. I got a couple of laptops that I need to...
Did he ask a question? What did you say there? Repeat that, James, over.
Yeah, am I transmitting?
Yeah, you're transmitting.
Roger, roger. Well, 7-3's everybody. Like I said, I'll catch y'all on Echolink. Back to net, KG5PT.
Yeah, you're way down, though, James. I don't know what you did, but I was barely able to hear you on the SDR. All right, mighty fine. Thank you, John, for the relay there. All right, let's go to Justin, if he's still there in the Mobile. KB7LAK, Justin, 7-3, W5OG. Yes, I will be here this year for during Sturgis. So great. Let's plan on getting together there. That'd be super. We'll be here till probably the middle of August there, Justin, and I'd be glad to get together with you. Maybe we'd go to lunch or something. So where are you staying in Sturgis, or where are you staying? Over. Yeah, I've been out to the Ellsworth FAM camp, and it's a fine. You probably have also, or familiar with it, but it's a very, very nice FAM camp. So if you've got reservations there, you're in good shape for Sturgis. Those are usually hard to come by there, Chris. He's next on my list, I guess there. But anyway, Justin, mighty fine, and we'll look forward to that. That'll be nice, and we'd be glad to take you out for lunch maybe one day. All right, let's see if Chris is, he's receive only, so 7-3 to you, Chris. And I think Mike is not there, so Brian, you're up for the 73 round. WB5DRI, go ahead, W5OG.
There's a contact. There's a contact, Dale.
Hey, Dale, this is K5MGM, and I was listening to you guys, and I was just interested, I'll make it quick, but were you actually a Chinook pilot in Vietnam, over?
No, I flew the H-3, actually, the Air Force rescue helicopter. Is your call Kilo 5 Mike, Golf Mike?
That's correct. I have a friend of my father-in-law. It was a Chinook pilot in Vietnam, and I was just kind of curious if you might know.
No, I was not in the Army and never flew the Chinook. So, but anyway, mighty fine. And what was your name?
And sorry to interrupt. I just thought that would be really cool if I found somebody that knew him. So y'all can carry on. K5MG.
And where are you located?
I'm in Red River, New Mexico.
Oh, okay. Well, you had a good signal with me even at the home QTH there. I'm operating remote. I'm up in South Dakota, but my station is in East Texas there, West. Good signal there for me at home. Anyway, 7-3 to you, Wes. Thanks for checking in and for the info there. Brian, WB5DRI, 7-3 round. Brian, go ahead, W5OG.
Okay, Dale, real fine. W5OG, WB5DRI. Well, enjoyed that, Dale, and everybody have a wonderful day there.
Interesting question this morning. I did learn some things. I knew that from what you had talked about the HH3 before that it could land on the water. I did not know about the Chinook having that capability. So I learned something good this morning myself. So anyway, 73s, everybody. Everybody have a great day out there, and we'll look to do this again possibly tomorrow. W5OG and the net, WB5GRI. Back to net. Good day, everybody.
Okay, Brian, mighty fine. Yeah, if I'd have known, if I'd have known it, I wouldn't have listed it as one of the distractors. Oh my! All right. Well, anyway, I certainly learned something myself about the Chinook. All right, that's the bottom of the list. Let me just take a quick standby before we close the net. Any last minute check-ins? Call now. W5OG.
Yeah, Dale, is my signal sounding better? KG5PT.
There were two of you there. James, go ahead. KG5PTE, better signal. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to check. I found my problem. I'll let the other check-in come in. KG5PT, back to net. Catch you on Echolink.
Okay, James, mighty fine. Who is the other check-in? The last minute check-in? Call now.
Kilo Bravo 9, right, I checked it earlier. I thought this would help a little bit.
Well, you're pretty light. Kilo Bravo 9, give me your call again, please. Over.
Kilo Bravo 9, Mike Victor Whiskey, name is Chuck, and we're in northern Illinois.
Was it Mike Sierra Whiskey? Is that right? KB9MSW, Chuck. Is that your call? Over.
Mike Victor Whiskey.
Okay, Mike Victor Whiskey. Kilo Bravo 9, Mike Victor Whiskey. Not real strong. I'm hearing you better on the SDR, but I don't have the antenna, toward you that much. So that's why I'm not hearing you locally. Anyway, anything from the net this morning before we close the net, Chuck? Over.
Interest in that, I did a lot more listening. So nice to meet you guys. Over to you.
All right, Chuck. Well, thank you for your service. And check out our website, airforcesflyersclub.org. And there is an online application if you'd care to join us there. We would be interested to know what you did in the Air Force and hearing all about it there, Chuck. Anything else for us this morning? Over.
No, thanks. Thanks for getting me in, and once again, have a good day. This is KB9, Mike Victor.
Okay, I don't copy you really well, but there is some distortion on your audio. I don't know what that might be. Maybe some RF. I'm not sure. Like I say, I'm not hearing you strong enough to be able to make an accurate kind of a report on it. But anyway, you might check that out. Listen to yourself on the SDR or something. All right, that's the bottom of the list. I need to shut it down here because the Alaska Pacific boys will be starting up here just shortly, and we need to get out of their way. So I do appreciate all the participation this morning. Thank you for the folks that checked in and participated in the net. We will close the Air Force's Flyers Club at this time and return the frequency to normal amateur use. 73 all W5OG QSY over to Echolink.